UST, the stablecoin that people leveraged and got mortgages against their houses and deposited their money into Anchor to get 20% yield. But it lost its stable peg. And UST actually traded below 1 penny. It's currently trading at 7 cents. Is there an ability for this token to be able to go to $1? Well, time will tell. We'll see what happens. But in today's KuCoin DigiDive, we're going to go in and explain a couple of things going on in the Terra ecosystem and what could potentially be causing this repegging event. And if it's even a possibility. If you guys would like to go ahead and get started trading with this coin, there's a link in the description below where you guys can get 20% off trading fees. So the story starts here with Luna Classic and UST. The conspiracy is that an entity or a group of entities has been mass accumulating USTC and Luna Classic. They're going to take the excess USTC and burn it. This will help to restore the USTC peg back to the organic demand level. If you guys remember, one of the main causes of the crash was with too much leverage in the system. People were basically lending out Luna to borrow UST and taking that UST to buy more Luna and creating these loops of leverage. This is an issue, especially with the stablecoin being correlated to the token that is being levered. The mint and burn function can create an excess supply on the market as well as contribute to the cascading liquidations. So going off the bottom dollar prices, as in when it was below a penny, all you would have needed was $100 to $200 million to achieve this regaining peg. And this is mainly due to the stable coin price being super low. So here's how the repegging would work. This is a hypothetical whale play. If UST is trading at a penny, they would buy 8 to 10 billion UST tokens. Now, when they buy these 8 to 10 billion UST tokens, it's not going to cost them 8 to 10 billion dollars. It's actually only going to cost them about 8 to 10 million because they're only costing a penny. Now, they buy 50% of the Luna Classic at less than 0.00006, which is going to be $200 million. They burn the UST and then they turn the UST to Luna swap back on. This will help the UST repeg because they're burning the additional UST out there. There's no longer this excess supply. So any demand that is out there coming for any UST is going to be able to be sopped up by the investors that may want exposure to UST. In my opinion, right now, this seems somewhat of a meme coin. Now, if we check out some social metrics going on Lunar Crush, you can see these are the 5 top influencers that are tweeting about UST and Luna. Ash Breel on Twitter, as you guys can see, this guy has about 500,000 followers under his account, which is a ton of followers. And he is talking about Luna Classic and UST. In my opinion, this is also contributing to the pump because he's saying, oh, it's up 100%. Oh, it's up 200%. Oh, it's now at 3 cents. Now it's at 4 cents. So having an influencer with this many followers can definitely contribute to some of the price action. As you guys can see here, the amount of social mentions on social media have increased astronomically compared to what they were before. These were just in the peanuts. Actually, it was maybe like one here and there. But now we're getting multiples, like 217 to 432 different tweets. And you can see this represented in the price action. And this is due to many people talking about it. But there are some updates that are happening on Terra. Just like in Sumo's thread talking about a couple of wallets looking to buy a large share of USTC to burn it, you can see here that almost 70% of the UST supply is held by the top 11 wallets. Now, I know what you're saying. They're like, oh, there are 11 different wallets. Well, you don't know who owns what wallets. This is just something to keep in mind. This could be a coordinated event in order to help maintain the peg of UST, but as always, time will tell. Then you have something like this proposal. You have a tax and burn of 1.2% of all the transactions. So if you're sending 100 Luna Classic, there's a 1.2% burn on that Luna Classic. So this goes to decrease the Luna Classic supply on the market until it hits about 10 billion Luna Classic tokens. You have the mix of the 1.2% burn going on, You also have the mix of a couple of wallets accumulating a massive amount of USTC, which they could potentially burn, which will help maintain the peg. You also have the influencers and other people talking about this token potentially going back to $1. And lastly, you have the meme potential, where people look at USD and are like, oh, it's a stable coin. So they have already set in their mind it's programmed for $1. So one other thing I want to leave with you guys is the Luna burner. This shows the amount of UST that's burned as well as the total amount of Luna. As you can see, they're constantly burning the Luna and UST token. I'll leave some links in the description below so you guys can check this all out and do some more research if you guys would like to look into it. But the TLDR on what's going on is that in general, you have a mix of the meme trade, and then there also seems to be a coordinated effort to bring the UST token back to peg. As always, time will tell. We'll see what happens, but just be careful when you're going into something like this. The same way as assets or even meme tokens that go up this way, they can also go down that way. Tell me what you guys think of UST. Do you think it can ever reach $1? Do you think it'll reach 50 cents? Do you think it'll go back to 0? Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, and that way you guys can stay updated every time we make a new one. Let's go ahead and hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 13, verses 16. All who are prudent act with knowledge, but fools expose their folly. Think before you do. It's always smart to do. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to check out some of our previous videos, there's one here, here, and like there. We'll see you guys in the next one.